Hello everyone, this is Shraddha. Welcome back to my channel. And first of all, before we get this video started, a very happy Book Lovers Day to all of you. Yes, it's 9th of August and we celebrate officially Book Lovers Day today. So a very happy Book Lovers Day to all of you. And to celebrate this special day, because I am a book lover and you who is watching this video is also a book lover, to celebrate, I thought let's kind of rewind a little. The first video I uploaded on this channel was related to Harry Potter, and hence on this special day, let's do something Harry Potter. Today I'm going to discuss what all I learned from the amazing and my most favorite series, Harry Potter novel series. But before we begin, please keep this in mind that there are many things that we learn subconsciously. We don't even know that we've learned it from that book, but it just kind of come to us. We just know that it was because of this book, but we can't place our finger on that. So there are many such things I might miss out in this video. So since you guys are my friends and you guys compliment me, it's your duty to tell me what all stuff I have missed. Okay, without any further ado, I'm so excited to get this video started. Let's begin. First and the foremost, choose your friends wisely. Well, to explain this point, let's take an example from the very first book of the novel series, that is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stones, aka Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stones. I refer to as Philosopher's Stones. What do you guys call it? Let me know in the comment sections. Okay, do you guys remember Draco Malfoy, the first time he meets Harry? Okay, as we all know, Draco was kind of a Wizarding World elite. He came from a rich family who has a nice and powerful position in the Wizarding World and the Ministry of Magic. So obviously, he was kind of respected, and when you are from elite, you do get some special rights, I'd say. So when he meets Harry, Harry himself was a very famous personality because, hey, he defeated a Dark Lord. He, kind of suggests Harry that do not make friends with Ron because he comes from a poor background. Weasleys were poor, so yeah. But do you think Harry heeded to his advice? No. He followed his gut, and trust me, if he hadn't, do you think he would have made such good friends as Ron and Hermione? Because, okay, let's face it, Ron and Harry, they might had a few conflicts here and there, but seriously, they had, kind of got each other covered, and they had got each other's back. They would have died for each other. So yes, moral number one, or say lesson number one that we learned from this amazing series is that choose your friends wisely. Second one is face your fears. Now, before we move on to the Harry Potter references, what is your fear? Mine right now at the moment is that I finished reading COI. Oh, COI is, by the way, is Chain of Iron by Cassandra Clare. So basically it kind of hangs on a cliffhanger, and we just realized the final installment, or let's say the next book, the third book, will come out in November 2022. And I was so crazy. I was like, what will I do in the whole year? I'm gonna die out of curiosity. Okay, that just came on because I'm so frustrated. I was really sad when I finished reading that book. I was, my life sucks. Okay, moving on to Harry Potter again. Okay, first example, let's take from Voldemort. Even when Harry kind of defeats Voldemort, I'm referring to the first book, not the last book when he was actually defeated and gone for good. People wouldn't even dare say his name. That was fear. And because of their fear, they were constantly living under the shadow of Voldemort. Yes, he would have returned, but they didn't know that, right? Initially, no one knew that Voldemort would return. They wouldn't even believe it. Then why did he have to live in the shadows for so long? Another example is Ron Weasley. He was scared of spiders, and if you guys have seen the movies, the expression of Rupert Grint's were, oh my goodness, the expressions were mind-blowing. You need to check that out. Well, if you're a Potterhead, I don't have to tell you to watch the movie. You already must have done that, but still, the expressions were totally mind-blowing. And oh, I just mentioned it because I think they were cute. Okay, so he was terrified of spiders, and in the third book, Remus Lupin made every student face their fears. And if you ask me, that's something I wish I could do, because honestly, we're so scared of fear. Sometimes we don't even know what we're scared of. So yes, if I could have a teacher as Remus Lupin, I'd love to get one. What about you people? Please tell me. Okay, that was the end of the second moral. Moving on to the third one. Third one is that if you need help, ask for it. Do you guys think that Harry would have been able to defeat Voldemort without the help of his friends? His headmaster, Dumbledore. I love Dumbledore. What about you? his professors, Hagrid, and so many other people, members of the Order and even Ministry. You cannot succeed without somebody's help. So if you guys need help, ask for it. So if you guys need help for finding a new book, ask for it. I'll help you out. Okay, moving on to the next one. People aren't always what they seem, and we more commonly know this one as appearances could be deceiving. And to explain my point, I like to take two examples, a positive one and a negative one. Negative one being Quirrell. Okay, in the first book, did you guys know that all throughout while reading it, I'm not talking about Harry or the whole trio, not what they were suspecting, but you too as a reader, did you ever suspect Quirrell? I didn't. What about you? And he turned out to be the one guilty in the end. So yes, appearances could be so deceiving. And the same could be said about Snape. Throughout the series, I'm not talking about a single book, but throughout the series, I won't lie, I don't like him because he was so cold and always so bad towards Harry and even the whole trio. So I always suspected him that yes, he was the bad person, he's a villain. But no, he turned out to be the hero in the end. Appearances could be so misleading sometimes, and that is why we say don't, appearances could be deceiving and people aren't always what they seem. This was it. Let's move on to the next one. Never ever mistake confidence for courage. To explain my point, I have one of the best examples from the series, and that's our very own Gilderoy Lockhart. He was a very confident liar. He was always lying about his adventures, his achievements, and people honestly believed that man was brave and courageous, and that was proved wrong in the second book when he was so scared when Harry and Ron kind of forced him to go to the Chamber of Secrets because he was a defense against the dark arts teacher. So you see, being confident or acting that you are confident doesn't mean that you are courageous. Gilderoy Lockhart, as seen in his case, he was just a confident liar and people actually believed that he was courageous. That wasn't the case. So keep that in mind when you meet anyone who seems confident. That doesn't necessarily mean that that person is courageous. Next one, the way to know someone. To explain my point, I'll simply take a page from Sirius Black's book. He's one of my most favorite characters, and the quote I'm going to share is one of the most famous Harry Potter quote and my favorite one too. If you want to know how is a man like, take a good look at how he treats his inferiors, not his equals. I'll repeat again so that it sinks in. If you want to know how a man's like, take a good look at how he treats his inferiors, not his equals. And if you ask me, very, very true. I don't have to explain it because it's kind of vivid. So yes, we'll move on to the next point. It is okay to be a misfit. Let's take an example from one of my favorite characters from the whole novel series, Luna Lovegood. She has always been a misfit because the way she dresses, the way she talks, and her obsession with animals. Well, that was kind of creepy if you ask me. Even I was surprised how much she knows about animals. Again. So yes, she was such a misfit, and people even Hermione, I won't have to explain about other people, but even the great Hermione Granger, my favorite character, and I have a feeling yours too, called her loony once. So yes, people always judge you, but that doesn't ever stop her from being loyal to DA, from being loyal and faithful to Harry. She was one of the best, I won't say followers, let's say friends Harry had, because she stayed loyal to him throughout the series, and that's kind of admirable. Even when she was ridiculed, she lived among those people who kind of ridiculed her. So yes, I would say it's all inspiring. I love Luna Lovegood. What about you? Death is inevitable, but love is immortal. I love the way this one sounds, and I love what it means. Let's take an example of Lily Potter, Harry's mother. She died protecting Harry out of love, and that love lasted forever and helped Harry on God knows how many occasions. I've lost the count now. In the first book, when Voldemort attacked Harry, he couldn't touch him. Why? Because it was Lily's love that protected him. So yes, we can say that death is inevitable, but love is immortal. Wealth is relative. To explain my point, let's take example of Harry and Ron. Harry was super rich because he had so much wealth passed on to him by his dead father. And Ron was not very rich, but he had a family, and that's why Harry always considered Ron rich, because he had a family. Yes, so wealth is not being super rich and having millions of dollars in your bank account. It means you have a nice, loving, caring family, those who help you out when you need it the most. They have got your backs. So yes, wealth is not relative. Magic is real. Okay, when we finished reading Harry Potter, both, I'm talking about me and talking about you, didn't we try to cast a spell? Didn't we wish that we were in Hogwarts? Didn't we wish that magic is real? Well, I have good news. Magic is indeed real. And magic is not being able to cast a spell. The most powerful magic in the whole wizarding world was the beauty of friendship. Harry, I'm talking about Harry because he is the main protagonist of the whole series. Harry would never ever would have been able to defeat the Dark Lord if it weren't for his amazing friends who always had helped him, who always had protected him, who wouldn't have hesitated to sacrifice their lives for him. So yes, magic is real because friends are real. They're not superficial. We have friends. You guys are my friends and I'm your friends. And well, do you want to see one more magic? Hit the subscribe button and you'll have a nice friend like me. I sound like a narcissist, don't mind. Okay, so this was it for this video. If you guys liked it, give this video a huge thumbs up. And if you want to be my friend, hit the subscribe button. Also, share this video as much as I can. As much as you can, I can. Okay, see you guys soon. In the meantime, keep reading and keep exploring.